Hi folks, welcome back to another episode of Why the Hell Did I Buy This? In today's episode, we're going back in time to when I had longer hair, again, and rust on my boot lid. Yeah, let's get on with it. Dad started off by removing the rear number plate holder, which was hiding a few bubbles of rust. Immediately they were scraped, sanded and treated with Q rust. The old British number plate was screwed in with a few self-tapping screws, which is not the best idea if you want to keep your car rust-free. So we planned on installing riv nuts to avoid any further holes. But I forgot to record that bit. Oops. The rust search slowly turns my dad into an archaeologist. He told me that my grandmother, when she owned the Golf, she reversed into something sharp, so we might uncover some other hidden secrets. I pray it wasn't botched at the body shop. Now for the other side. Won't be needing this anytime soon. I think Dad has uncovered something. What the hell? I think my grandmother had a new boot lid fitted. There's no signs of the dent or filler so far. Another splash of Q rust is applied everywhere. The metal's not completely easy.
No. The only bit that is there, there's two holes to fill.
From the looks of things, the boot lid could have been in far worse shape. Time to get the MIG welder out. With the metal work finished, Dad starts to sand down the whole boot lid and applies filler where necessary. I was initially concerned about removing the badges off the boot lid because they are quite rare for my car, but thankfully Dad has stronger nails than me and they came out in one piece. I think we got pretty lucky, folks, don't you think? Considering the car's from the UK and it's 44 years old. Now Dad cleans the surfaces with degreaser, ready for the first coat of primer. Here comes Lilu, our little tramp cat. It was summer and I think someone gave him a haircut. And I think he wants food. Come on. Dad then goes back inside the garage to fill a few more spots with filler and sand down once again for the next coat of primer. Once he finished, he then makes a special frame for the boot lid to hang from the ceiling.
We have to drill some holes in the top to hold the rope on.
Ta-da! Look at that, folks! Ready to be painted. Just a little more prepping, and the first coat of river blue goes on. We went for a 2-pack paint mix instead of cellulose. It's a bit more expensive, but hopefully will be worth the quality in the end. I decided not to spend on a tin of paint and spraying it with the air compressor since it was just the boot lid that was going to be done for now. more or less what you just...
Yeah, I've just started here. So we can
Well, I'm scared of doing it too much, you see.
no, I know. You've got 3 coats of paint on there, so don't worry.
Okay.
So the beauty about the that gloss, the varnish, you know, what we're doing now is what we would do on the lacquer.
Yeah.
All I'm going to do is just, if there's no blemishes, we can just go over it quite quickly.
After briefly learning a bit how to flatten paint, it was best for me not to do any further, let's just say. Dad had already done the rear of the Bootlid, but I forgot to record it. Sorry. But it came out surprisingly good. However, during the front paint job, it doesn't quite go to plan. To cut the story short, the spray can nozzles that were provided by the paint shop started to spit about halfway through the last layers of paint. Went to the paint shop and we discovered that they had a batch of faulty nozzles, so it wasn't totally our fault for the quality of the finish. But I'm not going to go into detail because I wasn't pleased with certain events and I decided to make do with what we had despite the mess and the expense. In fact, the nozzles for the lacquer were fine, thankfully. It may look fine on camera, but it is a lot better than it was when it had bubbles of rust. Later on, I carefully reassembled the Bootlid. New bits of sponge to stop any vibrating noises coming from my recently restored number plate holder. For those who didn't watch its rebirth, check out episode 8 of this series. These plastic bolts were quite fiddly to fit. And finally we can fit its age-related Portuguese number plate. Alleluia! Ta-da! Look at that! And before bolting it back onto the car, a bit of wax oil in all the nooks and crannies. And there you have it, folks. Not a perfect job, but it will do in the meantime. Plus, no more rust, which is what matters most. I am truly grateful for Dad's help, as always, because otherwise I'd still be sanding it, or worse, it would be on fire, maybe. It's not to Dad's standard, but I'm happy nevertheless. It will be repainted at some point because there are still a few bits left to do. I don't normally show these bits, but for those curious, here are a few examples. But I'm warning you, it's not a pretty sight.
My eyes are burning!
I told you. Thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe. It's totally free and it truly helps with the growth of this channel. See you all next time. Bye!